Player safety is not just a focus of Indianapolis, but the entire state. Indiana is tackling the fight to make football safer for kids and high school players.
iTeammate's chief investigative reporter Karen Hensel uncovers the game being played behind closed doors before your child ever reaches the field. Karen.
Eric and Lori, new research from the National Institute of Medicine and Research Council reveals a high school football player is nearly twice as likely to suffer a brain injury than a college football player. iTeammate has uncovered potential conflict of interest and partnership that may be getting in the way of setting a standard. We uncover the inside game that may have schools budgeting with your child's brain.
Every hit.
I think it's child abuse.
Every tackle.
And there are a lot of politics involved in this.
Adds to the country's growing concussion crisis.
Who's taking a stand?
Kimberly Archie is a mom of a former football player who already created safety standards for cheerleading. Now she's taking on football.
It's the win at all cost mentality that says we want to win a game more than we want to take a look at something we've done for decades and do it different.
Different is what Center Grove coach Eric Moore is doing, testing a new brand of helmet. About half his players wear Riddell. The other half wear SG.
I, myself, my two sons that play football wear the S&G helmet.
Why is that?
For a lot of reasons. One, I think it's probably the newest thing on the market that meets maybe the best standards in safety.
The newest technology and lightest. At a little over 2 pounds, it's less than half the weight of the Riddell. Moore says team concussions dropped.
Our numbers last year, I know they went down.
Other districts use only one specific brand. According to an email obtained by iTeammate, Warren Central emailed a helmet manufacturer saying, "No thanks, we have a partnership with Schutt." What's the partnership? The athletic director didn't explain, but says it involves switching from Riddell to an exclusive use of Schutt helmets for 3 years. NOCSE is the National Operating Committee on Standards for Athletic Equipment. In 40 years, the nonprofit has changed little about their standards and certification of football helmets. Then last year, in a closed-door meeting, NOCSE acknowledged for 95% of kids, their youth helmet is too heavy.
Well, when I started in auto racing, there's nothing. They killed a driver a week or 2 drivers a week.
Bill Simpson of SG Helmets knew it too. Well known for safety in auto racing, he invented the fire suit.
I'm gonna go until I get warm.
Gloves, safety harnesses, and the helmet that keeps drivers alive.
Well, those little kids deserve, in my opinion, they need to have the best thing that they can put on their head so that they don't start off in high school with a concussion.
A heavy football helmet can keep the head moving after the player is tackled. It's the bobblehead effect. The brain tissue shears. Experts say a lighter helmet reduces the momentum of the entire head and the brain inside as it accelerates into the skull. Simpson is pushing for NOCSE to set a youth standard.
There is a lot of pushback.
NOCSE has a certification standard. It requires a severity index, or SI, of 1,200 pass or fail in drop tests like this one, simulating football hits. Anything below 1,200 passes.
396.
Surprise you it's so low?
No.
So where does your child's helmet rank? NOCSE refuses to release helmet manufacturers' SI scores to the public. A graduate student from Purdue University also consulted SG and tested 2 youth helmets. The Riddell 360 scored an SI of 752, the SG 359. NOCSE has talked about a youth standard since 1994. It's been in draft since 2011. NOCSE Executive Director Mike Oliver.
It's just so unbelievable to me as a mom that there's still no youth standard.
You know, what should it say? I mean, it's...
Well, we have them for adults.
Well, we do, but the standard for an adult is based upon injury risk criteria that's pretty well developed. That injury risk criteria differences for youth isn't clear.
In part because football concussions aren't even tracked. But there are youth helmet standards for bicycles in motorsports.
So you have some helmet manufacturers that sit on your board, and you also get fees from the helmet manufacturers. Does that make you truly independent?
It absolutely does.
IU ethics professor David Ortenlicker calls it conflict of interest.
We know that Consumer Reports, when it's evaluating the safety of automobiles, will not take any money from automobile manufacturers.
We can fly to the moon, but we can't make a helmet for kids.
Next, what you as a parent can do to help better protect your child.